Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. In this video, I go through the latest 3.10N patch notes. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you guys so much for all the support. In particular to my latest patron, Dark Citadel. Thank you so much for repledging. Also, if you want to be in with a chance to win a Mantis standalone ship, which we are drawing on the 27th, all you have to do is hit subscribe and comment with what you're excited for in 3.10. This is courtesy of the Doctor, one of my channel members, so a big thank you to him. So a new 3.10 build has been pushed to release. This is still the Wave 1, and it brings with it a few new fixes. So this is 3.10N. The testing focus has not changed at all. For location updates, they have updated Wally's Bar at New Babbage with additional bar patrons and new interactable booths and stools. For AI, they have done a polish pass on the bartender animations and lighting in the PU. I must say the lighting is phenomenal in this build. For gameplay, they have increased the size of the restricted area landing splines, which actually makes sense because they are very narrow and you do kind of feel like you're struggling to stay on track. They've also enabled look ahead for horizon and look ahead target tracking by default and done a polish pass on player animations while carrying drinks and sitting in bars in the PU. Finally, for ships, they have increased the thrusters on the 600i to help it lift off from the landing pads. Now, bug fixing, there are 12 bug fixes. They have fixed the broken analog control input while in ships. They've fixed an issue when attempting to scan mineable rocks and gems, causing the UI to activate and deactivate rapidly. They've fixed an issue that was causing transitions from EVA to gravity, causing characters to abruptly stop and fall, or sometimes twist or ragdoll in the process. I really hope that this applies to the entering of the cargo hold in the Avenger, because that is pretty much death-defying. They've also fixed an issue causing the Apoa Nox to overheat quickly while flying in space. The Valkyrie, Terrapin and Mole should now correctly use the new signed distance field atmospheric entry effects instead of the old system. Spawning another ship from the ASOP terminals, already having one spawned, will no longer give a parking violation and impound the previous ship. They've fixed a bug that was causing more asteroids than intended to spawn around Yella. Interacting with the commodity kiosk terminal should no longer cause the boxes on board your ship currently on the pad to disappear, preventing the user from performing transactions. Really happy to hear this one. I've been trying to collect and sell boxes from Rex on board my Avenger again multiple times now, and it doesn't work. Every time I go back to the ship, the boxes are missing. It seems like they have fixed this issue, which I am very happy about. The Caterpillar atmospheric entry effects should no longer clip through the interior nose of the ship. And finally, moving while inspecting or customizing on a weapon via Inner Thought will no longer stop the weapon from firing. Excellent to hear that. Also, there have been 2 client crash fixes and 6 server crash fixes. So there are still some known issues. One of them, which I would expect, is a blocker and stopping Wave 2 until it is fixed. Attempting to take off from Area 18 via the splines destroys the ship. So they're asking people to just avoid Area 18 for now. As I say, this is probably a blocker and will not see a new wave come up until they have sorted that one. Other known issues are the Prowler quantum travel effects are red in first person. When firing at AI ships, they will appear to desync and have high packet loss. I have noticed that myself. They are flying all over the place and bouncing around. Ships can be displayed as unknown after destruction and be available to spawn again, but will not appear on the specified landing pad. The player ship is destroyed shortly after flying into a restricted area around the spaceports after leaving the hangar. That is a big issue as well. Landing gear will take multiple presses of the keybind to activate. In fact, it is 3 times. You've got to hit it 3 times before it will raise up. So on the 3rd time it will raise. Crystals and large surface rock deposits don't settle properly after fracturing, causing them to vibrate and shake. This is something I have noticed as well, and it is making mining near impossible. You just cannot scan them again, and you cannot settle your laser on them, so it is not really possible. And finally, security scans won't recognize the drugs on board a player's ship during the drug production run missions. Still, many issues remain from before that haven't been fixed, mostly to do with the prison commissary, leaving the prisons, those sort of loading screens. But work is continuing on 3.10, but they're still having a few issues, especially with these landing splines and now mining, which is strange. Maybe that was to do with when they implemented or distributed the grey cat minables, it messed it up a little bit. I have noticed actually that some of the rocks have got more distinctive textures to them, which is nice to see. It could have something to do with that as well. I am really hoping that this EVA transition bug also fixes the problem that I've been having with entering and exiting my Avenger cargo bay. It could be more of a physics grid problem, but I don't know. At the very least, I am very happy that I'll be able to get back to selling the boxes that I find from wrecks. This is what I like to do a lot of the time, and on stream actually. Take up the missions where you have to go wreck diving, and then just gather up all the boxes that are lying around, and ensuring that you have a ship with an actual cargo grid on the inside. You should be able to technically sell them back to space stations or anywhere really, so I'm glad that that is getting fixed. Hopefully they can resolve these problems ASAP and they can expand the player base to Wave 2. I wouldn't expect a Wave 2 today, not with this Area 18 issues. Maybe tomorrow, but that does all depend on what other issues arise and how long it takes them to clean up these bugs. Anyway, do let me know your thoughts. Make sure you hit subscribe as I cover all of the information, and we're almost hitting daily videos. Thank you guys all so much for all of the support. Tick that notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live, and hit that like button if you're excited for 310. Also, come and hang out with us over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. Thank you again to my patrons and channel members. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.